Okay, now let's see the analysis of this low pass filter. Here we have implemented a passive low pass filter using R and C. Now let's analyze first whether it is working as a low pass filter or not by plotting its frequency response. So we go here, let's plot it. Okay, we have not added any trace here. So let's go and add the trace. Let's see the output now. Yeah, perfectly. So it works as a low pass filter. Now we want to see what will be the cutoff frequency of this filter. And for that purpose, since we have plotted this in the logarithmic scale, so this one, so means we have to come 3 dB down. So 3 dB down means it will be 1 by root 2 in a linear scale. So 0.707 will be the values here. So let's add the cursor here to check where we get 0.707. So just 0.70 constant. So yeah, 0.7056. Yeah, so 0.707 we can see here. This is the magnitude that we are getting, and for the values of x is 4.8050 kilohertz. That means the cutoff frequency for this filter which we have designed, the cutoff frequency is 4.805 kilohertz. Same this answer we can evaluate uh, using the standard value. So let's evaluate the measurement. Now we want to know the cutoff frequency, cutoff low pass 3 dB, and see here VR31. So we select VR31 from here, and now let's see what values we are getting. Yeah, so evaluate the measurement we are getting here for cutoff low pass 3 dB frequency. The value is 4.810 kilohertz, which is approximately same here, 4.80 kilohertz. This shows that our circuit works perfectly for this low pass filter. Now of course this range you can extend to your wish depending upon what kind of curve you want. If you further want to increase this range, then there will be different shape of the curve. However, this cutoff frequency, magnitude, everything will remain same. Okay, now let's see the effect of this circuit. Effect of the circuit, effect of time constant on the circuit. So to see now, let's set another piece by new simulation profile, and just effect will check. So now edit simulation profile. So now let's run it for transient, and we want to see for 0.4 millisecond. Okay, so let's add the trace here and the trace here, run it. Yeah, so here we are getting the output. So this is the input vein, which is a pulse, and this is the output across the capacitor. So now we can see capacitor is charging depending upon the time constant value. Now let's cross check whether it is having the time constant what we have theoretically or not. So just to verify, we know that time constant means the time required to charge a capacitor to 63.2% of the final value. So final value is 5 volt. It's 63.2% will be 3.16. So just add the cursor. So from cursor, let's go to 63.16. So now see 3.3 3.16. So 3.16, the value we got here, fine. And the time is 33.217 microsecond, which is equal to 0.033 milliseconds. Just cross check theoretically. Time constant is R multiplied by C. So 1 kilo multiplied by 0.033 microseconds. So this will be equal to 0.03 milliseconds. That means the time constant theoretically and experimentally are exactly same. Now, third one, let's see the analysis to show that what is the effect of the time constant. Now in the first case, let's make time constant very large. So what will happen now? If the time constant is very large, then we can see it is working as an integrator, right? It is working as an integrator. This is a pulse. For a square, integration is triangular. So this is triangular shape we are getting. Now, of course, you can see an improved magnitude here because of the storage capacity of the capacitor. Now, next one, if we decrease the time constant to, let's say, 0.01. So here, now the capacitor is going to charge very quickly. So if you run here, the capacitor is charging very quickly, right? And therefore exactly the input kind of shape we are getting at the output. Clear? To understand more, let us now make it 0.1. So now we can see clearly how quickly the capacitor is charging. See how quickly the capacitor is charging here, right? To get the input. Fine. So that means in order to work the circuit as an integrator, we have to make the time constant large enough by choosing the proper value of R and C. Okay, thank you.